For the cheapest coins with fast delivery and quick customer support, check out my sponsor, Red Zone Coins, and use code SWIFT at checkout for 20% off.
So Swift family, and today I am coming back at you guys with another Madden 20 Ultimate Team video on the channel. And in today's video, I am going over how you can convert training points into coins in Madden 20. This is a video that a lot of you guys have been asking me to make, and honestly, I don't know why I haven't. It took a lot of work, though, to come up with this entire spreadsheet. You guys will see it in a second. Basically, I'm going to be running through pretty in-depth the best ways to convert your training into coins. Now, quickly, before I do hop into the video, honestly, a couple of the techniques that I did use are like stuff that I learned in school this year, which was kind of crazy. So you guys are basically getting a university level education in a 10-minute YouTube video. So all I ask in return for that is to hit that like button down below. And if you are new to the channel, you do enjoy this type of content, definitely be sure to consider subscribing. We actually are maybe gonna hit 32,000 today, which is absolutely huge. I feel like we just hit 30K yesterday. We're growing so quick. Thank you guys for all the support. And if you have any questions about anything I talked about, leave it down below. I will reply to any and all comments within the first 30 minutes of me posting this video. Now let's get into this. Let's just first off start off with basically how you convert training into coins. The most basic way you're going to do so is coming into the training currency and opening up some of these packs. Now there's a ton of different packs you guys can choose from. There's the 82 plus overall Super Bowl past, 83 plus Super Bowl present, then there's going to be the 83 plus playoff player, as well as all 4 of these packs right here. Now when it comes to the playoff hero and the team of the year heroes on offense and defense, as well as the Super Bowl present and past heroes, those ones are just not worth it, so I didn't include them in my calculations. But what I'm going to do right now is pop up a screenshot of a spreadsheet that I had been making. It did take a decent amount of time to do so, but right now on the screen you guys will see a pretty complicated spreadsheet. I'm going to try and go through it to the best of my abilities, that way you guys can completely understand it, and then end up opening the best packs to convert your training into coins and just get as much value as possible from it doing so. So as you guys can see, we'll start it off with basically, I'm just going to explain really quickly how I came up with everything. So as you can see, under the veterans, heavyweights, flashbacks, and basically all of them, in the left column I have a probability, so that's the probability of you pulling that overall. Now when it comes to veterans, heavyweights, flashback, and football outsiders, the probabilities are basically just determined by however many cards they have out in the game. So let's say they have 5 88s in the game and the rest are random other cards, then you have a 50% chance at pulling an 88. That's basically the way I did the math for that. Then when it comes to the 83 plus overall playoff and Super Bowl past and present players, I looked at other YouTubers. So Gutfox, if you guys know who he is, he actually has a spreadsheet which tracks every single pull that he gets, and I basically just looked at that spreadsheet and came up with the probabilities by using that. So that's how I was able to come up with the probabilities for those ones. Now the second column on the right is basically telling you how much coins each overall grouping is going to go for. So that was really easy. I basically just looked on the auction house, looked on Muthead, and I was able to come up with those numbers relatively easy. Now the hardest part of this all is actually using like a really specific Excel function that we learned in school this year. It's basically just called the sum product, and that's basically what I did to come up with that long decimal number, which is the first column, or the first row, sorry, underneath the box, and that's basically the expected amount of coins that you're going to get every single time you open up the pack. So basically for each of those there's an expected amount of coins, and then I divided that by the amount of training that it actually costs to open up the pack to come up with the coin to training point value. Now you guys will see my face here again. I'm going to take off the spreadsheet. You guys can take a look at it if you want to, a little bit more in depth, but basically what we want to do is we want to maximize our coin to training point value with this. When we're buying training, we want to minimize it, that way we spend the least amount of coins and get as much training as possible. But when we're doing this, we want to get as much coins as possible for our training. So basically the best pack to open up, just in short form out of all of this, after coming up with all these calculations, is the Super Bowl present player pack right here. This is going to cost us 2,000 training, and the expected value of this pack is 27,000 coins. That basically takes into account the probabilities of you pulling a really good card and a really bad card. Now don't expect to basically get 27,000 coins on average right off the bat. The thing about this is, as you can see, or you guys probably can't see right now, but the probabilities of getting some of the really expensive cards are really low. So there's a chance that you're not going to pull those right off the bat, but there's also a chance that maybe you just pull one of those right off the start. So that's why when it comes to these average averages, you could be a little bit below or just a ton above most of the time when you're opening up these packs. So don't expect to get some crazy good pulls. I'll also talk about what I would recommend, because some of the packs have like a higher expected value that you're going to get. But the thing is, that's pushed up because some of the cards are really expensive that you can pull. So I'll also talk about what some of the best packs are to open up to basically guarantee as many coins as possible. But yeah, if we take a look right there, you're getting basically 12 coins per training point when it comes to opening up these Super Bowl present packs. Now, you guys might be thinking, oh, I can buy training at 8 or 9 coins a training point and then open up this pack and get 12. Yeah, you could. You actually could do that and make a little bit of coins, except the issue is EA's 10% tax is going to make it pretty tough to do that. That little 2 or 3 coin to training point gap that you get from buying your training and then opening up this pack and selling the cards kind of gets taken away by EA's tax. So that is unfortunate right there. But yeah, the best pack to open up is probably this 83 plus overall Super Bowl present pack. Now, when it comes to the best pack to open up to get the best like floor, so to kind of guarantee as many coins as possible, I'll pop up the spreadsheet again. You guys can take a look at it. But when it comes to that, I would probably say the best one to open up is going to be the heavyweights. As you can see, there's not really that many bad pulls that you guys can get. There's really only one bad pull, and it's the 89s. The rest of the other cards are all going to go for 50, 60, 70, 97, and 130,000 coins for those heavyweights. So in my opinion, that's probably the best one to open up if you want to get a better floor. Now, in just deciding between the heavyweights and the flashbacks, of course, they're really simple. The reason why I'm going with the heavyweights over the flashbacks is just because their coins per is a little bit bigger, a little bit higher, so they're just a little bit more beneficial than the flashbacks. Now, looking at some of the other ones, as you can see, Football Outsiders is really not that good in my opinion, as well as Veterans. Veterans is brought down a little bit just because they don't have the potential to get as many good pulls, so that really draws down the expected value. Looking at some of the other ones though, the Super Bowl pass, and the playoff ones are pretty solid, not the best ones, but I think the Super Bowl present are going to be your best bet to go with, guys. Those are going to give you the best coin to training point value when it comes to maximizing this, because we want to maximize this because we're converting our training to coins. So yeah, that's basically the whole strategy and how it's going to work. Maybe what I'll do is I'll quickly just buy some training and open up this pack a few times just to see if we can get anything good, test out this theory. But hopefully this video wasn't too complicated. I know it might have been a little bit. If you need to rewatch it a little bit, definitely be sure to do so. But hopefully this wasn't too complicated, and I think I could actually update this spreadsheet really easily. When prices do change, I can literally just update the numbers on the right column, and then I'll be able to actually kind of update that coin to training point value so that whenever the market changes or whenever I want to do this video again for you guys, I'm able to do that really easily. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and buy a Super Bowl player, the 90 overall Super Bowl player. I think that's going to be a Super Bowl let me just take a look. That is going to be a Super Bowl present player, and we want to buy it at around 50,000 coins. That's going to give us a solid coin to training point value. No, we want Super Bowl past. I don't know what I'm doing. We want Super Bowl past, and that's going to give us a solid coin to training point value. We want to buy it at, yeah, just under 50k. I'll just buy this. Not a crazy good value, but we're going to quick sell it, and we're going to test out that theory and see if it is worth it to open up the Super Bowl present packs. We should be able to open up maybe just 2 of them, which is a little bit unfortunate. Now, of course, also one thing to note, guys, like I was saying, the heavyweights have the best floor, so that might be the best bet to go with, to be honest, if you only can open up the pack once. I would say that the Super Bowl present players are good to open up if you can open up multiple of them. The reason for that is because, of course, when you open up multiple, you get a better chance of pulling one of those really good cards. When you only open up 1 or 2, you've got, of course, a tough chance at pulling those really good cards. So let's just open this up twice. Maybe we can get something good from it. Hopefully we can. And let's see if we're going to be around our expected value or not. We're going to start it off with a 83, so that's just absolutely terrible. But of course, your odds of pulling that, as you guys can see, were about 25%, and that's honestly the amount of data that GutFox had. He had opened up this pack like 3,000 times or something like that. So the amount of data that he had was pretty accurate, and we're gonna pull a Lake and Tomlinson right there. So I believe we actually are gonna get a decent amount of coins out of that. We probably end up just breaking even, which is, I mean, I guess solid, honestly, if you can convert your coins back at that price, that is pretty solid. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Definitely a little bit confusing. I hope you guys weren't too confused by this one, but the ultimate gist of it is just basically, if you want to take a little bit of a risk when you're opening up your training packs to convert it back to coins, maybe open up the Super Bowl presents. If not, I would go with the heavyweights if you want to get more of like a guaranteed amount of coins, because of course with your Super Bowl presents you have the chance of pulling like 383s, which would suck. But with the heavyweight packs, if you open it up a couple times, I mean, it's pretty unlikely that you're going to pull all the 89s in a row, so you're likely to probably get a couple cards going for like 70 or 60,000 coins in the middle of that. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like if you haven't yet, and until next time, fellas, I'm out. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.
It means no worries for the rest of your day.